hopefully going to do is it doesn't have to be right now, but those recordings to come into a actually, or we could do it now. I'm going to ingest these, but my website has been down. Like I said, it's been disconnected, and this is how much use is on it.
That's quite interesting, actually. It's quite impressive. Actually, kind of a
And
motivation or something.
right, so I don't know what keeps hitting it, what doesn't. So I don't know what's going on there, but I do would like this reconnected back to that RDIO scanner, but I want the RDIO scanner to be on a server,
Okay,
right? Rather than me putting in my home IP address, I would put the server IP address.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It's done. So you want it to stream from the server, not from your computer.
Well, let me rephrase that. I would like to do both, and here's why. So with the server, if I'm out and about or I want to let people have access to it, yes, I want them to hit the server. But if I'm at home and I want to listen to it, I don't need to hit the server. I can just hit my computer and not even use internet. So on my Windows computer, if you go into the RDIO file folders, you'll see all the recordings there.
Yeah.
So I'd like to keep them there,
Okay.
but have them uploaded to the server.
Okay.
Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
it makes sense actually.
O- Okay. So the other thing is, of course, we'll have to do it to make it the security on it because I know my other websites they don't have on it, which I'm not up to that yet, but soon to be. I need to make we need to we're gonna do Cactus Alert. So if I go to Cactus Alert here, so this was the website, so I need to change some of this.
Okay.
And then, of course, I did have a theme on here at one time and just had screenshots of the application.
Okay.
Is this something that you can do as well
Yeah, yeah. This is something.
with WordPress?
Yeah, it's still part of the web. It's still part of full stack development. So it's still something that I can be able to do, especially when you
Okay.
have to give me a general feel or a general theme that you want it to be on the site. Just something that
Well,
you can assist me
I
with.
was just hoping for something free, just take pictures of it, just something basic like this. Obviously,
Okay. I'll just think of
you
something
know,
creative that can be included there, and then I'll give you back whatever that I've developed, and then you give me feedback on it to iterate if at all there's anything that you don't like about it, and so on until you feel
okay,
like it's a perfect fit for you.
okay.
Yeah.
And then okay. So the application. So what we're doing now, this is the main application that I really need to start working on as soon as you get the dongles done, because the dongles, I mean, I can't be held up on those forever. So these are a lot of the APIs, for example, that I would like to have into the map.
Okay.
So they're free, they're government based. We can go down to structures if we needed to, but I'd like to have like weather, wildfires, um, APIs for rainfall in the area. So most of the APIs I'm finding myself. So
Okay.
essentially, we would need to create, like whatever it's map base or map box or something free on an initial start. And these are all of where are? Can I go back? Or do I have to do a new window? So those are my older APIs. I haven't gone through those yet, but these have all been that I've all been looking at.
Okay.
Um, like lightning alerts and stuff like that. So as soon as we get done with that, I'd definitely like to discuss this because I need to get this one. This one is real more important because this is the one that I'm going to publish. What you're working on, it was just more of a hobby slash, oh, let me get a couple dollars for it if I added it into the application,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Okay, it does. Actually, what do you think? Have you did you get some time to go through the SDR trunk and the recording? Actually, what you are playing online right now, it's the recording from the SDR trunk. So I was actually
From the
expecting your
SDR
feed.
trunk.
Yeah.
So I'm on my, that's on my Windows computer.
You can actually go
So,
to the online thing because it's actually streaming directly from what's being installed on the SDR trunk.
okay. So what website you want me to go to? Which one? This one?
The one that you yeah, that one. This whatever that you're seeing in right now, as you can see on top of the headers right there, we have the one that comes from the SDR trunk. Basically supposed to be SDR trunk. I forgot to include it. And then the pros can just in case the SDR fails. That's what we had talked earlier about.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Because the SDR should be the proper source because
Yeah.
you saw all those channels in there.
Yeah.
And there are a ton, matter of fact, let me show you because if you want, where did it go? Ohio, Ohio, Ohio. Where did it go? Oh, here. Ohio RSN. They just changed their name. Okay, so this is just one company. They just redid they're using RDIO scanner, but they did their own version of it because it's completely open source. We could do whatever we want to it. So they do the same thing. So they have the SDRs all over the country, and then they all get uploaded to a database. And there are hundreds, if not thousands, of coverage. Fire departments. So if I go see if it'll let me download here. Oh yeah, it does. Because this is an excellent example of what I'm trying to accomplish. Okay, oh, I gotta print those.
You have to scroll down there.
So you can go, you can add, so this company here, Alert Page, they have all these servers. So all these scanners go all the way up to one server.
Okay.
And then of course there's hundreds and thousands of channels, underneath each one. Of course, I don't have the paid access to it, but if need be, I would be more than happy to. So you can add, I can add my IP address in here and use their interface, which I do not want to do, but I'm just showing you that as an example. And there was subscriptions. There was a free example on here. Oh, but here's one that you can use. It is called um Moral House. Oh, actually, you know what? Why don't I just do this? Copy. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Actually, the URL is supposed to be wide. That the one, two, three, four.
But anyhow, if you get into it, it's slow because I'm probably killing my internet. But this is where, so this guy Morrow House, he taught me how to do this, and instead of using Cloudflare, he used Nginx, and I could not figure that out worth the life of me.
Nginx is something that you do it from the terminal to support something. I can do it on the server, no problem.
Okay, so if I load up my RDIO scanner right now, obviously where I only had, well, it's dependent on, I don't even know what I have my SDR trunk running right now. I think it's just Phoenix. Oh yeah, it is just Phoenix, just one. The next we gotta get up the other ones. Because if I can do Mesa is going to be my primary, well, for the SDR, I'd like everything. But for the application, I'm still going to rely on Mesa Fire Department, if that makes sense. So that Mesa Fire Department dispatch on channel B1. And see how they cut out? I don't know. Can you hear that audio?
No, I can't hear it.
Were you able to hear those recordings?
The volume up, can you hear it yourself?
Did Were you able to hear the recordings?
No, I'm saying I can't hear them. That's why I'm asking if you can hear
Oh,
them on
okay.
your end.
Yeah, I can hear them on my end. Okay. So you can get in when you're into the Windows computer and you're logged in, you should be able to hear all the sound. Is that correct?
The Windows computer is actually connected to your speaker, so I also can't hear it. So what I'm doing, I'm
You
actually listening them on what I'm pushing to the server. That's where I'm only listening them from.
Okay, I did not know that. I thought you can listen to all the sound that's coming through here as well. Okay.
No, I can't hear
So
anything that is
in
connected to the external speaker.
okay,
Yeah.
were you able to download RDIO scanner yourself?
On my hand?
Yes, on your computer.
Not really, but I can get it.
So if you don't download it on your computer
Mm-hmm.
and you go to my uh, that IP address, so this way you can hear all the recordings on SDR trunk because you're going to need that. That's essential because there's no way you're going to be able to figure it out. Oh, come on.
Trying to download it from Git.
I don't want to search. What the hell? Why won't it let me go to my own IP address? Do you know why that's not letting me in? Oh, actually, you know what? I wonder if it changed. No, 192.168.12.37 3000. Oh my god. Oh, I know why. Oh, not again. Oh, that's right. We changed this to MYNEWPASS 123.
Actually, I have it. What's the password on it?
I'm gonna set one up with you right now, so I don't even have to give you a password here. New access, because I need to test this too. One, two, three, four. Okay, try again.
Is this thing accessible over the internet?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
I'm asking, is it accessible over the internet or I'll have to access it locally on my computer?
I'm sorry, what does it say again?
I'm asking, is it accessible over the internet or I'll have to configure everything from my computer?
No, this is my cloud base, or this is in the cloud, the RDIO scanner.
Okay.
So it's actually running off of the Windows computer, but you can access it from any computer.
Okay.
So as long as you have my IP address and an access code, no matter what device you're on, you can always log in,
Okay. Okay.
if that makes sense. Were you able to log in?
I'm trying to type that address that you can give. Oh, the password is 123. I think I can't access this. Like, still running errors.
I'm sorry, what was that, George? You were broken up.
I'm saying I can't access that server of viewers on the internet unless I push it to the server. I mean, to the server so that I can be able to access it online.
That's odd because you should be able to
Because you
go
see,
in.
even when after I created the account, I mean, I downloaded the app on my computer. It gave me
Okay.
an address which is local to my computer, and I also believe that gets for your address too. It's local to your device or maybe your network. Because
Oh yes, this HTTP up here, the
yeah, it's only
192.168
accessible over the internet because, I mean, over your computer because it's connected on the same network that
is
downloaded that
local
app.
network.
Yeah, but I can't
Okay,
access it
so
on my hand. Yeah, unless now we push
okay,
it to the
so
server and then we can be able
he,
to access it online.
here's what I need you to do because
Yeah.
this is on the list anyhow, and this will be a very easy fix, and then you'll have access because I definitely need you to go in, and you're gonna have to look at a ton of these settings as we move along.
Okay.
Um, my so if I went ahead and oh, let me show you here settings. I don't want to connect. I want to move to the left. Uh, but anyhow, when you can go ahead to put in here as well a regular website. So on my Cloudflare, people would go. I would go to phxsdr.com, and this exact interface would come up that controls my recordings from my Windows computer.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So I
it
was
does.
able to get it to there, but I have a couple different things. One is it's not secure. This is only HTTP. I don't know if that matters if I need an S here, but also I need to make sure this is secure, and I would like you to get this pointed to
That one.
that address.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because this way you'll have control from the application itself. And if you need to move anything, if you want to listen to recordings, you can see. It's much easier for you and I to communicate because I could say, "Hey, at this date and time, XYZ."
Okay. So do we need to have an authentication or something on the site or
Nope.
maybe? Okay.
Nope. Right now, it's just for you and I. So
Okay.
actually, if you want to set it up for, yeah, because the only thing I had it set up for is the password that I would put in here.
Okay.
So if you could put in a password or something just for you and I, it's just for our testing purposes when we and if we get to hopefully what I would like to do is get the full complement and start this as a subscription as well.
Okay. So this
But
all
let's just start with you and I first.
okay. So all these users will be seeing that particular application that you just so showed.
Correct. So eventually every user is going to have access to every recording that I have in here. And before I recorded my computer, there were over 100,000 of them.
Okay.
And then, of
Okay.
course, we'll go in and we'll delete and stuff like that, auto delete after 30 days or XYZ.
Okay.
But what makes me concerned is that I'm getting so many hits and I'm not out on the internet at all. So obviously, they're web crawlers or, you know,
Some bots in place. Yeah.
yes, because
Okay.
if I go to
We
my other
can.
domains,
I
I don't
can.
think I had that. And see, these are the domains I have. So this is going to be for the app we're doing right now, Cactus Alert. The
Okay.
PHX SDR is the one that you're working on.
Okay.
This one here is for my LLC company, so my major company. So we need to create a basic one for that.
Okay.
Um, AZ Incident Alert, that's going to be for the other application with the maps, but we can change that name and whatnot. And I don't know why. I don't know how to get those off.
Okay.
And I'm not clueless, but I once they get too technical, I'm like, I'm done. My mind is fried. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm all for learning by all means. I will sit here on the phone with you, on a computer. I will help you and do whatever I can.
Okay.
And I have beat my head like with the SDR dongles. I beat my head against the wall for 4 months now. And then
Okay.
finally I was like, well, let them do an app. Let's do everything.
Okay.
So if I guess priority would be is if we want to make this secure
Okay.
and then just give you and I, because this 4-digit passcode for this is not worth anything. I'm afraid of the bots and everything else.
Okay.
So if we could just get, like a blank page where you and I have to log in and
No,
then it'll
no.
give us that
What I'm going
interface.
to do, I'm going to implement some of. I know I have some of my own techniques that I can be able to implement on it that are very aggressive on anything that appears to be a
Okay.
bot or maybe something that actually tries to attack or maybe implicate like it's trying to attack. I'm going to have something in place that fights that, so you don't have to worry
O-
about it anymore.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay. Because this way, as you're doing the SDR stuff, we might as well put it right where it belongs,
Okay.
right to the website. And because that website needs to point to the server anyhow, and you and I had discussed that right in the very beginning about the Cloudflare, remember?
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of pointing. It's not, it doesn't need any emails, it doesn't need anything. It's just for you and I to listen to.
Okay.
And then so once we do that, let's do the SDR. I'm fine with the way Whisper AI is working now. I'd rather not spend the time going into it all that deep. I just want to get it working, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Because like to see if we can publish this PHX SDR application along with the other one as well. And you're halfway through the Phoenix SDR is, we've got one dongle, you've got the recordings, we've got the server, we've got everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Just on that,
And then the
just
other
on that.
question I had,
Okay.
go ahead.
You can go ahead before I interrupt you.
Oh no, it's off topic.
Okay. So I was thinking, what is in there that's left on the dongles? What is it that's not been completed
On which site?
on the
Which one?
dongles? On the dongles.
Okay, so on the
You can go
dongle,
back to
the
the
issue.
computer because I can still see it. I'm accessing it online. So
Oh, that's right. You can still see my windows.
yeah,
Awesome. I love this.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, so anytime I always try to close this. Do you use this?
Which one?
The waterfall.
Yeah, remove it. No problem. Just some
Okay,
putting it.
I normally just close it because it takes up a lot of resources from what everybody tells me, and that
Oh,
could be part of the problem.
yeah. You
So
can
when I go to
remove
the
it.
tuners, you're fine. All I do is normally just go disable Spectrum,
Yeah, yeah.
so it doesn't take up all the RAM and the resources.
Okay.
So here's my problem. I only have, and I know you and I went over this again, but this is just a refresher. I only have one channel playing.
Okay.
Okay, this is what I should be having. Easy fire DPS. That. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what I normally run. Sometimes I run a sixth one, but I like to leave a 3 extra in case it gets really busy and the signals overflow.
Okay.
But if you look, nothing else plays.
Okay.
Oh, the easy way to get out of this is see this little arrow, and it'll just move
Yeah.
to the right.
We're good. Oh, you
Because
can
I've
put
closed
it down
myself out
there.
of it and locked out of it so many times. But see, they don't pick up. So
Oh,
here, if I go to SimB, okay, which is Phoenix.
okay.
So see, they say they're locked. So 852 is Mesa. That's
Okay.
Topaz. We know we get reception. We guaranteed it. We did that.
Sorry.
And then I didn't do it, did I?
I was trying to move in the window. Sorry for that, but we're good.
Okay. So see, it says it's locked onto a channel. It's receiving a signal, but it's really not. I've played with the masters. I've gone to manual. I've gone to automatic. I've gone to 0. I've gone as high. So what's interesting about this is So right now we have Phoenix. Okay. So I'm gonna stop everything. Okay.
Okay.
Phoenix is locked on to dongle number 005.
Okay.
Okay. I am going to close out dongle 5. Now you saw nothing else attached, correct? It was only Phoenix that was playing.
Yeah.
I can go to any other one, and generally after a minute or so, it'll pick up
Okay.
using that same dongle.
Okay.
Occasionally, I can get 2, but that's it. And they should all be picking up. So here, just to show you again, I'll close DPS. I'll go to Thompson Peak. The TP is the tower that's closest to me.
Okay.
But sometimes the control channels are off. So I'll make you a new one for that. So Mesa, here, Mesa will picked up on tuner number 5. Last week I had tuner 3 and 4 that were working. So let's see if I go to Phoenix and go to automatic tuner 3, play, I'll save it, and it saved. But the system should automatically be doing that. And then what happens is that if there's 12, so this one dongle can record 50 transmissions at the same time or X amount. What the system does is it stays locked onto the control channel, this frequency, the 770, and all of the transmissions are on different frequencies. They're on 12 other different ones.
Okay.
So sometimes these will fold over to another dongle because it's always going to keep this control channel. And then sometimes fade, and you could read the manual and stuff. Fade, it's obviously the signal is fading.
Yeah.
But theoretically, like I said, I should get. I mean, Salt River is right next door. I mean, I should get almost all of these. Here, let's see. Let's make sure. Let's go to radio reference. So, and remember, you were trying to get all those dongles to work, and then we went off into the scanners,
Yeah.
which is well worth it because we're definitely going to use them. Because now I'm going to put out a third application, with your work and stuff like that, rather than tie it into. I was going to tie it into that Cactus Alert app, but I think it's too much. So what I may do is like offer it as a add-on for whatever X amount a month, and then give them the website, or tell them to download it in their own. They could RDIO scanner. Where is M? Oh my gosh. Maricopa County. Okay, I am gonna go in. I normally don't do this, but Ponce Peak. So so one control channel is the master,
Okay.
and then all these other ones is all these talk groups. So all the fire engines and the police officers and everybody talking back and forth will communicate on all those. But this control channel directs it on what channel, where, when, and how. So I'm gonna do all of them. So I'm gonna go Maricopa TP CSO TP for now. Okay. And then this way, this TP so what I did is I added more frequencies in here. So in case they every now and then the control channels will rotate. So it may not be on this first one because it's only one frequency. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. And then let me do Salt River. I'm just gonna delete. I'll come back to that. That's a extremely slow station. I'm gonna take that one out. let me take, except for Phoenix, I'll let that one in because we know that's working.
Yeah.
So let me try to see MCS. So
Rescue
now
195 to alarm.
that control channel must have been wrong because it picked up. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Tuner number 5 picked it up. But if I go to, let's pick tuner number 6. For tuner number 6, save. Yes, it's going to change. And then it will not lock on to tuner 6, even though it tells me it's locked. So the master is down to 337. Max, I've had it on max, it works fine. You know, I've messed with everything that I could think of here. So what I'm hoping is that, you know, you having the knowledge that you have so far and seeing everything, is if you could get into some of those forums, because it is way above my pay grade. When they start about doing this and doing that, I just don't get it.
Yeah, seems like you should go back to the forum and try to find something out. I actually didn't
But
know that they were actually interrupting each other when they are turned on that menu. So I'll get to go through them, and they should be working.
right, absolutely, they should all be working. They're all new. I do have 4 other spare ones, but these are all the new Elect version 5. They're the newest ones. I don't think. What are the chances of all of them going bad all at
Yeah,
one time?
and they
Slim to
should.
none. And really, they don't go bad.
Yeah.
You know, if I take them and connect them to my Mac computer, they work.
Okay.
You know, so it's something in this stupid Windows computer. I just want to take a hammer to it.
So let me try to figure it out. So if it doesn't, you said you also have a thought of you switching on to Mac. So either
I'm
way,
sorry, what was that?
I'm saying let me go through it today. If it doesn't get to go through, which I'm hoping it won't. I mean, I'm hoping it will. Then we can
Right.
switch back to the Mac, because I remember some time back you were actually thinking of switching, because again, we do not want to be forcing things when we want to move in fast, especially with the publishing and everything. So I'm thinking, um, if it won't work, we
Well,
might
but
switch back to the Mac. Back, because since again, some of these systems usually they are wired differently and they all take their own things differently. So Mac is like
right,
something we call Linux.
but
So
I've had this on this Windows computer for 5 years now. There's people that have had it for 10 years.
yeah,
You know, it should work without a problem.
yeah,
If you look into the forums and the stuff, there's people that they have one computer and they run way more stuff than I do.
yeah.
You know, I it's got to be something in the Windows setting or something that that
Well,
I'm just not hitting upon. Like why dongle 5 and then why dongle 3 and not the others?
yeah, yeah. It might even be
You know,
something silly like the way we were just figuring out. It was just something to do with volume or something. Just something silly,
and that's
something.
and that's what I'm thinking because I
Yeah,
had everything. Everything was. I mean, it wasn't crystal clear, but I
yeah,
knew that. You know,
yeah,
because I didn't have. That's why I got the Lana as
yeah,
I discussed with you earlier because of the signal. You can go back and hear the recordings and hear how clear they are.
yeah,
What going through that PHX SDR once you get that set up.
yeah,
But I really wish you can hear the volume because it would be so much easier.
yeah.
And then when you go to see here, because how do I do it from here? Because if I went to yeah, but it's still okay. And then, what is your workload like? Are you working on a lot of other projects? How do you want to proceed with the rest?
I'm actually, most of my clients right now, they are off on holidays. I've actually been working on a project. I do not have any other active project right now. So most of my clients
Oh,
are off of holiday. And for me,
okay.
I still don't have plans for holiday because a lot has been happening. So I'm trying to keep of myself busy from all the holidays.
Yeah, with the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate the holidays. That's all I've been doing is doing this,
Yeah,
and I'm by myself as well, so I'm with you. Um, so why don't you do this? So
yeah,
do you understand the concept of the second application? Put this SDR stuff and all the ProScan stuff aside.
yeah,
The main application, what I want. So because I would like you to come up with a proposal,
yeah,
so this way you can start on it, work, get it done. Because I would like to have this out. Hope if I could in a month.
in a month is quite a long
Whether that's
time. If
possible or not. If we need to work out. Hey, whatever we need to do. I just want it to be fair for both of us. If you don't have work, you know what? Hey, I'll give you X amount of dollars for a month. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Or
yeah,
because I don't want to go back and forth saying, oh my God, like this radio stuff, you did a lot of reading.
yeah,
I thought that you had a little more experience in it. You learned a lot. It's just what it is.
yeah,
But I feel bad if that makes any sense.
yeah, it does for sure, but no problem. We
But
can.
then again, I don't necessarily want to pay for you to be learning from scratch. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
Okay, so do you want me to go over this concept one more time so you can do accurately?
yeah, yeah. We can
Because I
still
would
go
definitely like
through
a
it.
proposal from
Because
you.
the better we plan it, the easier I'll get it done. Even 1 month is quite a long time. So when we have
Okay,
the requirements clear, then it's easier for me to
okay,
execute and proceed. Yeah,
okay. So let's do that.
yeah,
Now, are you familiar with Mac computers?
yeah. I've been using Mac. It's only I switched off the other day. I've been using. I had a 2017 Mac before I switched back to Windows
Okay,
because it was slow.
okay.
Yeah,
Um, so do you here?
yeah. I
How
can
the
see your
heck do
screen.
how do I zoom out with my magic mouse
Uh,
without closing the damn program?
try clicking control and then you do you use the magic mouse, the one you scroll, yeah, then you try to scroll on your mouse,
No, I use the one that came with the computer.
the one with
Yeah, that came with it, the
try
magic
clicking
mouse.
control and then zoom in, scroll your
It's zooming in, but it won't let me zoom out.
try now the other side, the opposite of what you've just done, opposite.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Okay.
I know it's all right. Well, let
Is
me
it
go back to
working?
scratch. No, I'll just close it and open it up again.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go over to my map. Okay, so you see the icons and you kind of see the layout of the roads.
Okay. Yeah.
So let me show you. Actually, do I have map? I do have maps on here. Not now. Okay, here's my plus and minus button.
Okay.
Okay, so get that bar out of the way. Okay, so this is the Phoenix metropolitan area. This is where we're at.
Okay.
Around here in the green, I'm just
Mm-hmm.
going to give you just a brief overview so you kind of understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
It is desert. I mean, desert like the Sahara, like 120, 30 degrees. It is desert and desolate. It gets 120 degrees here.
Oh, I
Um,
see.
the majority of the summer, we're over 110, about 110, 115. So what happens is obviously people travel. It's
Yeah.
too hot here.
Yeah.
So a lot of people go up to there's a town called Flagstaff here. Up here it's like 8,000 feet. It snows, it's so cold. It's gets 200, 300 feet of snow a year. But
Okay.
yet down here in the desert, which is only 3 hour drive, it gets to be 120 degrees.
Yeah.
So along these routes, I'm going to show you a couple more. The other one is going out here to California. A lot of people go to Disneyland or the ocean, a
Yeah.
bunch of these cities, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
The other one, they head south into Mexico and go to the beach down here.
Oh,
That's the closest ocean to us. This is about a 3 to 4 hour drive.
in another
The other
country.
one in California, a whole different country. And that's what I lived there for about 7 years down here. I miss it.
Really?
I miss living in Mexico. Yes.
Oh. I see.
I don't like the hustle and bustle of the city. It was, family time. People
Yeah,
cared about each other.
yeah.
It's not like here in the US, everybody expects everything now. It's always your fault. It's never my fault. You know what I mean?
No
We're
accountability.
Americans. I can't help it. I talk bad about us too. All right. So that's another route. Then if you go out over here, and this is Mesa. So this is why I need to get in this application.
Okay,
I would like to add Mesa with one of the SDR scanners for the dispatching only,
okay,
just that one channel.
okay,
Okay, but that is not primary goal right now. But I'm just trying to explain to you the big picture.
okay,
So if people are driving, if they put in the address, and what happens here all the time is we get maybe 2 inches of rain a year, if
okay,
that.
okay,
It does not rain here. It could rain out here in Yuma, which is about 100 miles away from over here.
okay,
And this flood water will wash out these roads, will wash cars away, will do a lot of damage, even though there's not a raindrop in sight.
okay,
So my intention is to that when people put in their destination, so they'll put in, let's say, Flagstaff, for example.
okay,
The other big metropolitan area here is Tucson. It's probably about half the size of Arizona, but that's the other big population area. So they travel all these as well.
okay,
So let's say if they're going from Tucson to Flagstaff, so they put in their destination, and it is not intended to give turn by turn directions. My intention is that anything along their route from where their car is, from their GPS location, it would send them an alert. Let's say if there's a road closure or a car accident. So if there's a car accident and the road is closed here, but the driver is still down here, which is 3 hours away, they'll still get an alert saying,
okay,
hey, I-17 is closed, blah, blah, blah. It gives them the chance to say, hey, do I want to turn around? Do I want to drive an alternative route? Too many times people get stuck out in the middle of the desert with no water, with no supplies. I've done it when my kids were young. There would be a car accident here in the middle of the freeway, but you're in the middle of nowhere. There's no services for 50 miles to 100 miles either way.
okay.
So if you can see, it's like very, very, I mean, desert, like the movies, like you think of the desert.
Yeah.
And then you have, a couple little cities, and then boom, there's no life out here.
Mm-hmm. It's quite a long
The other
distance.
thing, oh yes, absolutely. So my goal is to have the programs running in the background,
Okay,
and it would be, here we go. Let's go to, we have a developer account for this already, so it does have APIs.
okay,
Um, but this is their menu, and this is for the state of Arizona.
okay,
So I like to concentrate on the state of Arizona first,
okay.
but then I need to add Las Vegas to get to Los Angeles, because it's like, oh, you're driving from here to California, but I'm dropping you off here at the border. I don't care about you anymore.
Yeah.
But I do have APIs for California. Like I'll use just the main freeways.
Okay,
Arizona has a couple different ones, but I don't like using their weather. Cameras may be optional. This is just generic. I'd like to have mile markers in our app, of course, so people know. The other one was, hey, where'd it go? Oh my God, I hate this. No, I want to add a new tab.
you want to add a new tab?
There we go. Um, I'm just going to open up just a couple of these just so you kind of see what I'm looking at. I'm trying to do a lot of the legwork. Um, One will be for fires. Oh, here's another one. NC Web. And a lot of these are open and free. So here's one for work zones on the freeway, if we wanted to go that route. This one is for wildfires, but I would only want those four, the
Okay.
ones from Arizona.
Okay.
But there's other, and there's APIs here. Like when it rains, these gauges will go crazy, so, but the APIs are there. The other thing I want into it is, have you ever heard of what three words?
I'm hearing it for the first time.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm hearing it for the first time. What is it?
So this is I don't know why. Oh, because I was a developer before. I don't want to go to developer. I just want to go to the website so I can show you. This is the greatest thing of all time, I think. So you download it to your phone.
Okay.
Of course, it's by GPS, and it breaks down the entire globe into 3 by 3 meter squares and gives every box 3 words. So if you need to call emergency services, you can give these 3 words and it'll locate you to a pinpoint within 3 by 3 meters. So can I log in? Here, let me log in and I can kind of show you. Oh, passwords. Oh, what the heck? I have it on my phone. But anyhow, um, so if you're lost or if somebody's chasing you or for any reason whatsoever. So here, let's go back out to. There we go. So if people are going into the desert, literally in the middle of nowhere, they get into an accident, they have no idea where they're at. Here, let's go to so if I gave you these 3 words, shots, sugar or cigar, and heap, if you plug that into your phone into the What 3 Words app, it would give you directions to exactly wherever that block was.
Oh.
So let's say if you're at a venue or at a concert and you're meeting people, you can find them literally within 3 meters. So they do
Every
have an
block has its
API.
own unique 3 words.
Correct. Every single box is different words. So if you look in the upper left, they change.
I'm thinking the size of their database is quite huge.
Oh, I'm sure it is, but there's an API for it.
Okay.
So in a lot of emergency centers, out here, when people need fire, an ambulance, or the police, they call 911, and this is what they're using. All the departments. This way, it gets people's exact location. I wanted to show you on my map, but people, there's so many mountains out here. They go hiking and they get hurt, and that's how us firefighters. That's how we find people is with these exact 3 words, literally.
So if a person needs to use what is 3 words, they'll have to have an access to the internet.
No, it does not require internet,
Oh,
if I remember correctly. So my object is with this is if they're hiking, if they're in a car accident, or they want to meet up with people, they can give them their 3 words and they will know their location.
oh, that's perfect.
And so it's all a safety thing, and it's got GIS and spreadsheets. It's got ARC GIS. It's got.
Names.
You just have to do your
Sawa.
search.
Oh,
So my thing is that when people are lost or if they're pulled over, if they have a flat tire in the middle of nowhere and they need to call for a tow truck,
okay.
hey, where are you at on the freeway? What marker are you at? I have no idea. I'm in between XYZ and ABC.
Makes sense.
Um, and then down the line, so here is the same thing for Phoenix, but this is for the city of San Diego.
Okay.
And this is in California. So this is one of the destinations that people go to. But that would be in an expansion. Um, Arizona National. I would get you one for wildfire. Oh, this was interesting. I really enjoyed this one, but I don't know how to interact it yet. So this is like a current every flight in the world. I guess here it says whether they're late or not, what their true screw ups time are. Okay, so here's another one that needs to be included into the app. And of course, our app is going to would have a disclaimer and stuff like this. So this is from Pima County. Do you remember that Tucson area?
Yeah.
That covers this entire county. So like I would pick up out of it, like I would only want to, obviously traffic hazards, explosion would be nice, because obviously that's an incident. But I don't want callback. I don't want, you know, certain things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And as we go through the API, I believe you can also, narrow it down and just have it pull certain ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so 99% of these, I would give you the APIs and say, here you go, put it on the map, so to speak.
Okay.
At least that's what I'm imagining.
Yeah, it's possible. When you have the API, you can literally do anything as a developer.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, then, so that is my goal.
Okay.
Of course, I would also like, and again, this would be up to what you're thinking is too, is that I don't want it to be turn by turn directions. However, I want the user to be able to put in an address. And here's why. So I was going to just have them put in the cities, but let's say if they're going to here, let's go to oh my god. Where the heck is my search button? Okay. Here, let's just take Phoenix for example. So Phoenix, the city of Phoenix comes all the way up here and kind of down this way, right?
Yeah.
If somebody's going from Phoenix or from Tucson and they're going to end their trip at this address here, which is still in Phoenix, I don't want them being alerted for traffic accidents or alerts up here in Phoenix.
Yeah.
So it should
Yeah.
only be along their destination.
It has to be relevant, and so we just have to map out relationship of everything so that users only get what they really need to know.
Right. Oh my god, I want to delete that. God dang it. I don't want to pin it. Delete. All right. So I was questioning is that if we can put or possible to your thought about opening up an external map. So whether they're using Apple Maps, Google Maps, whatever their set default map is.
You want us to give them the
For
flexibility of them using anything that they want, either Apple Maps or even Google Maps or even anything that they need to use.
right. And I don't know if we should embed our own map, because I was imagining embedding our own map, but if they want turn by turn directions, there would be a button just like on the bottom of the screen or just something that says open up in maps.
Yeah, that's just like the way Bolt works. You can use
Right,
their
because I want
maps.
it very bold.
Yeah,
It's not for turn by turn directions. That's
yeah,
not what this app is for. It's to alert you along it's another tool to your map.
yeah.
So then I was suggesting, do I even want to put a map in this? Or do I just automatically want to is there a way to use just their native app
Mm.
maps, whether it's Google or Apple?
We can still have it like it's a feature, but again, we don't want to be putting in some concentration on it or some interest on it, because at the end of the day we have the main objective that we have for this main app. So everything else that it's being done on the app should always reflect or maybe point back to the original idea or the main objective of the app. That's how you make the app addictive to the user. If you are all centered along the main objective of the app, then the user will always, refer back to the entire thing that you're trying to portray to that particular user. So if we need this particular app to be an incident reporting thing or maybe an incident identification thing, then we can revolve everything else around it in a way that whenever a user wants to switch maps, they will have a reason to come back again to the app anytime, any day, at any time.
Right. And my
Yeah,
intention is this too, that they can enter their destination into my map
yeah,
on their device, put their device down, not
yeah,
pay attention to it at all, use
yeah,
their other GPS or use their car, whatever.
yeah,
And if there's an alert, their phone's gonna go off.
yeah,
It's not made for them to make a left in 200 feet.
yeah.
Um, and then the other one was. uh, So this is the main, I guess, the bases that I would probably use. So this is the state of Arizona. It's official. Here are the API keys. So I would look at, I mean, yeah, rest areas would be nice, but again, not a necessity, but it is safety related. But they do have cameras, weather, here, events. So like they give you everything right here, which is nice.
Really quite organized. I really love the way they present it.
Yes. So with ARCGIS is very detailed like this because they're all government agencies. This is also a state government agencies, but they also have an ARCGIS page, and that's where this information is coming from, if I believe, because I stumbled across that the other day. ARCGIS has a wealth of information to what I want, and we can pull everything from there. They do have emergency services, ARCGIS.
All this
I
is
mean,
for
they
free.
have tons of stuff, and again, that are national. Now, I do understand using their maps and stuff like that does have a cost to it. Of course, I'd rather not use their maps, at least at first, but at least a lot of the links we can get from here and then go to the state of Arizona, for example. But there's just so much. But there was another. It was free. ESRI. Free. Public safety. Because I was looking for public safety, like all of the other thing I'd like to have in it too is an API, which I already have that API of all the fire stations or all the hospitals. Is this the one? But this gets real deep into it, and I don't think that this will help us now, but as you see these other web pages, you'll see where they get their information from. Or if you need to find specific information, search ESRI, because chances are that agency or that map is going to be there. We just have to find it. It took me forever to find that one page with or this could be the base map too. Here, the national map 3D. So here's what I did is I went into, and it took me a while to find this, to figure it out, and I still haven't got 100%. But to put all the fire and EMS stations. So if I zoom in, and should have the API somewhere else, but it'll show us. Oh, maybe I got to do labels too. But it's something silly like that, and then we could just take that whatever we need, because this. So see how they have all these blue dots. So these are very, very important to what I need, because these are all. Remember, I told you about the rain. When it rains way out here, it comes all the way down here and floods out these roads in these cities. See all of them? As you zoom in, there's many, many, many more, but I'm just looking at like major ones. And you'll see when we get to the APIs with the flooding that I showed you before. And then here's an example. So people go to Mexico from Tucson all the time. Well, here, this is just like desolate, an Indian reservation. There's nobody that lives on there. You're lucky if you can, I think there's one little gas station, but I think it's all the way out here. So that is an overview of what I'm kind of looking at, if that makes sense. Do we have to have everything all at once? Of course not. But I would like to, again, have an option to maybe do layers at a later date, like, put washes in there and then have the blue lines light up if we need to. If not, we can leave it on the regular map.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Because
yes.
they don't need it all the time where they're driving. However, during the monsoon season, again, it can rain way out here and there's flooding here. Happened this year again. It rained there was a major, major storm up here in the Coconino National Forest. 3 people died because they got swept away in here in the Tonto National Forest.
What?
They didn't see the rain. They didn't hear the rain. It just came down these washes
just from nowhere.
from absolutely nowhere. And this was what, 50 miles away, 60 miles away. And the ground is so hard because it doesn't rain here. It's
Yeah.
like concrete.
Yeah. It moves water fast.
Right. So why don't you go ahead and, think about it, make a list, of what we can use. I'd like to obviously start off with a minimum viable app if possible, and then we can go ahead to add layers, and when we launch it, we'll say, hey, here are the features that are coming soon,
Okay.
but just to get capital coming in so we can continue to work on it.
Okay. So just to be clear,
And I'm not trying to compete with Google Maps or Apple Maps or any government agency. What I'm trying to do is create my own niche where I'm more concerned about people driving on vacation with their kids so they don't have to worry about what's going on.
okay. So just to be clear, you need this to be a web app, an application, or maybe a desktop app. What do you
I
want?
would like, I would think it would be better off as a regular application
Is that regular?
because I think, right, for iOS and Android.
Okay.
I mean, what would be the difference? Most people, when I think of an application right away, I'm going right to my iPhone.
Yeah, yeah. It will, both would be great because remember most of the users won't be using. I mean, not all users will be using an iPhone, so we'll have to be considerate of
Right.
all the users, both on Android
Right.
and
So that's why I was thinking, whether it's a Flutter app like this other Cactus Alert apps, that's for Android, should be for Android and Google or
okay,
Android and iOS.
okay,
Because it's really intended for the devices, not for at home, because, they have no reason
so
to be alerted.
so in your thinking, we should start with both, or maybe we can start with one. What is your most viable approach that we can use, either on both, or maybe we start on Apple or even on Android? Which one do you consider?
Well, when you build on Flutter, aren't they? Isn't it easy to do both at the same time, or how does that work?
Um,
Because my first developer, he just built them. I thought it was. He said he built the initial one in Flutter, not the one you've been dealing with. I had another developer before that,
okay,
and he said, "Oh yeah, I'll just do it in Flutter." And then I don't know if he was doing it simultaneously. I was under the impression that it was the same, for the most part, the same code.
okay. Usually they build in different architectures, especially if you want something that is solid. So you'll have to have something that it's quite different from each other because you see, Apple has its own architecture. Android also have its own architecture. So at some point the code will be different, but the idea and the logic
Oh,
should be the same. And
okay.
that's where
Because
the
my
that's
concern
where
is I
the
don't know.
that's where the work
You
usually
know,
is at. The logic and the architecture, that's where the work is usually at. Learn how to, deploying on different architectures. It's not usually a big issue or something to actually get to worry about.
okay, so
Yeah,
let me ask you this. So let's say if we went ahead, because I'm an iPhone person, if we
yeah,
went with iPhone first, because obviously I have to continue testing it as we're building and stuff.
yeah. Well, yeah, what I'm thinking
Once
actually,
that once that app is complete, how
yeah,
long would it take to transfer that into the Android app? Because so they could both be deployed at the same time.
if we test everything on an iPhone and get to verify everything, it should take that long, especially if everything's been done, everything it's been tested and verified on iPhone. Pushing or publishing back on Android shouldn't take me that long.
So you're talking
A
a week,
maximum, it
2 weeks?
should even exceed a week. A week is too long for me
Okay,
to get it done.
yeah. So then that's fine. I'm
Yeah,
perfectly happy with that.
yeah.
Because again, I don't want you doing all the work and being like, oh, we need to change this or this doesn't work, and now you have to go back to both
No, no, no. Like I said,
at the same time. That's silly.
the hard part is usually the architecture and the design and the feel and the functionality of the app.
Okay,
About
perfect. Then let's
deploying
do
on
the
different,
Apple first,
yeah,
and then it's only going to be a week or max, afterwards, because everybody, oh, I wish they put this out on Android or Apple,
Let's first
um,
validate it on the Apple, and then when you like it enough, then we can now push to the
push
Android,
it over.
and then we can publish.
Okay. Now having that in mind, using a lot of the resources that I showed you, I'm open to using others.
Yeah.
Again, your expertise may or may not be, using Mapbox versus whomever else.
Yeah.
Once we get the subscription, if we build this right, this has the potential to have over 10,000 subscribers. I'm in a city of about 8 million people. And
Wow,
that's
is
just in the
that
Phoenix area. My intention is to get it. It's going to be out in Tucson and Flagstaff, so the entire state.
okay?
So there could potentially be 10, 20,000, if not more users.
Okay, no problem about it. So how about we go this? I'll get to prepare a document for you with everything that
Okay.
we've talked about literally, and then you'll get to review it, and then from there I'm going to provide my own thinking about it, including the frameworks and of course the approach that you're going to use on this. And then from there, when you approve everything, then you can proceed immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because this way we can get that taken care of. Again, I'm not sure about how long the time. If it's just easier to say, you know what, just well, we'll see when you send me the documents, and we'll go that way.
Yeah. I'll
Because
send you.
trying to do things I don't like doing things by hourly because it's really hard because it could take forever or it could take short.
It is
But
usually. It's usually quite. How do you call it? You might feel that I'm taking advantage of you. You might also think like that you're also taking an advantage of me. So I also
right,
usually
but
don't like hourly thing because at some point it might bring in issues that could be otherwise be solved. Just
right, I just want to sit back and you be comfortable, me be comfortable, not have to worry about nickel and diming and
exactly. And then
oh, by the way, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, exactly. And then sometimes you might find something that's actually quite troubling me, and I might even spend some nights all along doing it. Then when I tell you I didn't
Right,
spend this amount of time doing it, you feel like
right. Because I
I'm not.
was
Yeah,
I was thinking, like all the time that you spent here, let's say if you say it takes, roughly what's a guesstimation on an app like this to build roughly? Let's
rough.
say for ease, let's say 30 days.
Yeah,
Does that sound about right?
yeah,
So it's in my opinion, it may be much easier to pay X amount of dollars a week. Again, just don't have to worry about the nickel, the diming, or
yeah,
this benchmark isn't done, with a max of whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, we'll make it work.
Yeah, we'll make it work with actually with some considerable. But let me first get to verify every requirement so that you can be able to verify that indeed that's what you're looking for. And then from there,
Okay,
it will be easier for us now to put a tag on it that it's quite fair on both of us.
okay, that
Yeah,
sounds good.
yeah,
So you'll go ahead and do that. You'll fix that website for the PHX SDR.
yeah,
Get the SDR on there. You'll take a look at the dongles and see what we can find from there, and
yeah,
then do that as well.
yeah.
Mix it in however you need to.
Okay. So I'm actually disconnected
But the
from.
PHX SDR is essential to you because with all this, so that map is app number 2, for example. That with the SDR dongles, that is going to be app number 3.
Okay.
Because remember, I wanted to do the SDR so I can charge a subscription and people can listen to it.
Yeah.
So it's not like the SDR dongles aren't worth anything, but that might be quicker getting done than the other, or we do them simultaneously. However, whatever you think.
Yeah. Let me first try to figure out the issues of the dongles, and then I'll
Okay,
also be preparing the document. So I'm hoping this I'll be
okay,
able to get
yeah,
that.
because I figure if I need hardware, or if I need to move my computers, and maybe tomorrow I'll just set one up on the Mac just to rule out a couple different things. It's been a while since I've had it on my Mac, but
Yeah.
I'm sure I can figure that out again.
Yeah.
And then I've got the pro scan is done. There's not much you're doing with that right now, right? I
Yeah.
mean, you're just tidying that up. That works for the most part.
Yeah, the pro scan is
We
actually
just
done unless you have something that was not clear on the same. Because from the last
no,
time I interacted
it's
with it, I think it was quite pretty good and also clear.
right. I
Yeah.
just want to be able to get to the recordings like I can on RDIO scanner. And once you fix that website, PHX SDR, and you're able to log in,
I'm actually,
you'll
I'm,
be
act-
able to see.
I'm actually thinking the reason why you're not accessing the ProScan recording is because you have set the wrong folder. Because, like I said earlier before, I changed the folder because I needed to run two instances for both the scanners. So I read online from the forum, if you want the two scanners to have them running at the same time on your computer, then you have to set different folders for each scanner. So what I did, I set a different scanner for the SDR 200, and also I set a different folder. Actually, the folder that was there initially is what's been used by the SDS 100. So I'm thinking you are either using the SDS 100 folder instead of the SDS 200, which is currently running. So that may have caused the issues with the. Actually, you can even try to set it up right now because I'm
You're
sure you have set
probably
that
correct.
to that folder.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I just deleted the folder too today because it kept saying empty. So I had the directory watch.
You see, right now the ProScan right now that you are in right now, it's for the 100. This one is for the 100. But if you want for the 200, it's on the ProScan SDS 200. So if you click on the folder itself, no, go back. You are on the SDS 200. Yeah, the second
Well,
one.
I want to keep both of them. I want to keep both of them because
Okay. You're
at
not removing
times I
either
may
one.
plug into 100.
I'm just saying you click on the second folder, the one for the ProScan, so that you can change it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then just put it in right there
Yeah.
because you should have that under.
It's still on the OS. Yeah. And then the one, yeah, exactly right. That one. You should be good now.
This is the 200. This is from yesterday.
Yeah.
What about from today? Oh, here's 200. Wait a second.
Is that pro scanner running? I'm guessing you restarted the computer. It was never restarted.
This is 12/19. So that was yesterday, last night at midnight. I didn't have. Oh, you may have did it after that
Yeah, I
because I
might
didn't
have
have the
restarted it
SDS
or maybe
100
stopped it. Maybe I may have stopped it. But if you start it right now, it's going
because
to.
I unplugged the SDS 100 yesterday,
You
yesterday
unplugged it,
morning.
right?
Correct. But
Okay.
see, yeah, it's not even here. Even under the 200, these are all from yesterday.
Yeah. So
Where are the ones from today?
we can run it because I believe it's not running. The book. Try clicking the ProScan app itself to see if
Oh,
it's
here we
open.
go. So it's under ProScan recordings. Okay, so this is going to get confusing. So I have ProScan and then I have the 200. The 200 that's on right now, the recordings are going to ProScan recordings, and that's the ones for today.
Yeah, something may
Underneath
have
the
been
200,
misconfigured.
this is from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So you just need just to straighten that out because why? I don't understand.
Can you check if the ProScan itself is running?
Yep.
Um, is it
So if you
is
see here, so the ProScan, you have the SD200 file here, and you said that they're saving here, but they're not.
no? Can you just get back to the ProScan? I need to confirm something. On the ProScan
Right
itself,
here.
the
Oh,
ProScan hub.
sorry.
On the editor, can you click on the scanner type? Actually, you can see it's SDR200 on the app, and then
Yeah.
on the communication port, still also the. So where is this file exactly, and why is it saving on the SDS 200? I mean 100.
It's saving. Oh yeah, it's saving underneath the regular one.
Something might have. Let me go back. It's supposed to be, or maybe I might have run that particular app on the, but I don't
And
think so.
right, and if you can, see where it says ProScan SDS 200.
Yeah.
Can you make one to say the 100 just so there's no confusion?
Yeah, I tried to. Yeah, it should be. It's
Okay,
only that the time I was doing the renaming on the folders, it was actually refusing to change the postcard because it was saying some other program it's using the folder, so I will not be. I mean, was not able to change it, but I'll change it for you when I restart everything.
but
So let
right,
me
could
figure
this
out.
way?
Yeah, it should be this one should be recording on the S200 200 folder because it's not supposed to be every time that I'm running Postcan, I'm either running it from the folder of SDS 200 or even on the normal folder which is supposed to be running on the SDS 100. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure how it got confused, but I'll check it out and make it clear so that doesn't really cause this confusion in
Okay,
production.
and I really don't care if they both go into the same folder. If all the recordings do, I don't care. That's fine too.
If you decide to run them on the same folder, it won't run because if it's running, for example, let's say we want to run the SDS 200
It
and we
can't do it
decide
at the
to
same
run the
time.
SDS 100, it will say this port is being used by another instance, so it won't run.
Got it. It's got to
Yeah,
be two separate. I got it.
yeah,
Now I understand.
yeah,
And then we can import them into the RDIO scanner. So
yeah,
there's one.
yeah, yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Like I said, so that's there for you
Yeah, I'll
because my
change.
main goal is the way I'll listen to it and everybody else is going to listen to it is
Yeah,
through the RDIO scanner.
yeah,
However, for troubleshooting, if we're going back like we're doing now, it's easier for you to say, oh, go into the 100 folder versus the 200 folder
yeah,
versus,
yeah. I'll change it, no problem. So,
okay,
right now the work that I'm actually working on right now, I believe it's to first make sure that your SDR is accessible over the internet. I can access it. You can also access it from the either your computer or even from the internet. So when just to be sure, when you say that the record, I mean the SDR, not the SDR, the RDI scan, I mean recorder to be accessed over the domain, I believe you imply it to be accessed over the internet because when you tell me to link up the the domain with the record, I mean the SDS, what do you call it? The RDR, whatever that thing we were playing in the recordings, then you imply for me to push it over the internet, just to be sure.
I'm sorry, I'm confused.
I'm sorry, I'm saying, let me go back to the, let me go back. Can you go back to the
So
Yeah, this one. You call
all
it
of the
RD scanner.
recordings,
When you say I'm
right?
supposed to be accessing it on my hand, that's literally me doing it over the internet. So when you say
Oh,
I link
gotcha.
it up with the domain that we have on the Cloudflare, you mean I push it to the internet. So in a way, these RDIO scanner will be accessed over the internet. So I'll be pushing it to the internet, but I'll have some form of security in it just in case of anything that happens. And also, I'll protect
Correct.
the domain from these aggressive bot activities on it.
Correct. I don't even know
Okay,
what's going on there. So whatever
okay.
we need to do, if I need to, you know,
So you also mentioned Genix. Genix is some sort of proxy that protects your system resources from being accessed anyhowly.
yes.
Just
So it
just
should
works
be
like the Cloudflare. It's only that now it's open source. It's free actually.
right. Everything should be in Cloudflare, and that's why I went through that because it's got the SSL, and then it's got the DNS, and it's got
Okay,
a whole bunch of other things that I know that I haven't even touched upon.
okay,
And then again, once everything is going, I'd like to, again, consider in mind and when you're writing up your proposal and stuff,
yeah.
for ongoing maintenance and stuff like that, and obviously this is something that's always going to continuously to need updates too.
Okay. So let me
'Cause I've had 74 videos. let's see how many. I had over 100,000 visitors in 30 days.
Quite interesting. Yet the site has been in development, so quite
Right.
interesting actually.
But I mean, is it a setting in here? Obviously, it's got to be something that's like the security, because I did have an issue setting my. There was something I could not set to be fully secure. Where was it? This was a while ago. God dang it. Let's go back to. It was DNS records. No.
What
It
do you
was
want to
something
check?
in here. It was in a box
Nah?
and it had security and it would not let me do the maximum amount of security on it. Here, overview. So I have encryption. So full strict. See, it's not full and strict. So this is could be, why. Automatic mode disabled. Because if I go to same spot here, I mean, it's still 112,000. So my cactus alert got 1.12 thousand.
Okay. Don't worry.
So
I'll set
it's got to
up
be something in the setting. Like I said, I have not done anything with these.
I'll set up the security for you on the site. Don't worry about it. I'll set it up everything.
Right. Because my main goal is to have you do everything, on a regular basis, and just like stuff like this. I'd rather deal with one person. It'd be so much easier.
Yeah.
All right, George. Well, thank you so much for meeting and trying to get this taken care of so we can move on because I really need to get these other two apps launched. And that other one, the second one, is going to be the one I really need to get going.
Yeah, we'll launch them actually because you have nothing much going on. So I believe we should be able to publish them as soon as possible.
All right. Perfect, because it's that time of year.
Yeah.
Okay. So send me that, whatever you got, whenever you're ready. And, that would be awesome.
Okay. What time is it? My laptop is connected from your end.
It is 9:20 my time. Sometimes I'm up all night. I won't go to bed till 7 in the morning. Sometimes I'll be up at 7 in the morning. My schedule is all over the place.
No
So you
problem.
can log in at any time. Send me a message if I'm sleeping. I'll get back to you. I'm pretty responsive with my messages,
Okay. No
as you
problem.
see.
I'll
And the same thing with you. I figured that if I leave you a message and you don't answer, you'll get back whenever,
yeah,
which is fine.
yeah, for sure. So let me get on it, and then when I'm done, I'll shoot you a text with everything, including the document that you
Okay.
need to go through.
Awesome.
Okay. Bye
Okay.
bye and see
Thanks,
you.
George. Okay. Bye.
Bye.